Jackson Bishop, and today's topic of this persuasive essay is why we should keep and increase the minimum wage. Do you remember the first job you had when you were 16, or whenever you had your first job? I was 16. I know they paid me minimum wage, of course, but I didn't even care at the time. It did not matter to me. That first paycheck hit, I felt like the richest man in the world. I spent it in about 2 hours. But again, it didn't matter. I didn't have any responsibilities besides putting gas in my car. Like, that was it. But as I got older, I started to think I could not imagine having to support a family, kids on this same paycheck. It would be almost impossible. And even if you could do it, you wouldn't be able to save any money because all of your money would be going to staying alive, to necessities. The minimum wage has been an issue for so long, and it literally has not changed since 2009. I was 4 years old in 2009. I'm now 19, and the world has changed so much, and the minimum wage is still $7.25. That doesn't make any sense. Here are some reasons why changing the minimum wage just makes sense. Economic stimulus. First of all, if the economy is the problem, we all know the economy in America is kind of shaky, iffy. If you give these people more money, and we have more money as a whole, instead of just some people having more money, rich people. If more people have more money in general, that means there's more money going back to the economy. What do people like to do? They like to shop. They like to buy things. If my mom really likes to grocery shop, for example, my mom really likes to grocery shop. Like, that's the highlight of her week. What other people like to grocery shop? What if other people like to grocery shop, but they just can't? So now if she can grocery shop, boom, that's more money going into grocery stores. That's feeding the economy, which is exactly what we need if that's really the issue. It's also reduce the disparities in income equality. We have rich people, the middle class, which is huge, and then poor people. Poor people, it's so hard to stop being poor because they're not afforded opportunities to not. You can't just say, like a lot of politicians like to say, oh, it's their fault, all this. You can't just say that when they're literally not given enough money to even to do anything better. Like I said before, they can't save anything because it's going to staying alive. It's going to paying bills and things like that. Improve quality of life. People, if I knew I was making a lot more money going to my job, if I knew I was making a lot of money going to my job, say if I made $100 an hour, I'll be happy to go to that job every single day. I'll be the first person at the door. I'll even open up with the janitors if you want me to. If I knew I was making $7.25 an hour, I would be so frustrated because this is not changing my life. The only point of working is to to live, basically, to improve your status in life. No, I don't think anybody really just wants to be complacent and just work one job for the rest of their life. The goal is to just get better and better and better. If I'm making $7.25, that's almost impossible. Positive effects on businesses. Again, boom, more money is going into the economy, which is directly affected by the businesses. It's going into the economy as a whole because America, they tax us like crazy. But that's directly affecting the businesses that are getting spent, like that people are spending the money on. Another thing, international examples. Many countries have done this and have been perfectly fine. Australia, the UK, Canada have all successfully implemented higher minimum wages and have no significant negative effects on the employment or economic growth. So to the people that say, if you raise the minimum wage, that means there's less jobs. No, that's not true. We've seen it 3 times. Those are all large countries like America. Australia is a continent. The United Kingdom and Canada, those are powerhouses, and they have done it perfectly fine. So we can do it too. Many people agree with me. There's also been many political movements to try to increase it. One of them is called Raise the Wage. This is pushed by Bernie Sanders when he was running for election. You can see him holding a sign right here. It says Raise the Wage. It's time for $17. The whole point is, again, to get the minimum wage to $17, and I think it's possible. There's also, yeah.